Well,
bringing Miracleman to...
at the time, I'd spent a lot of time, because I was also the art editor on Warrior, as well as doing the strip. And I kind of knew where the story was going, and there were science fiction features in Warrior that I wanted to do more. And I knew Alan had already been working with Alan, and he really was absolutely the perfect choice to take it over at the time. So when I knew I was going to be moving on, I was really pushing for Alan to sort of take over and step in.
Why do you think Alan was the perfect choice? He's far too modest a man to say himself. Why do you think?
Because I think at the time, England's not known for its, it wasn't known for its superhero artists, and Alan was the very best that was around at that time. It was the logical choice.
Actually, it was just that I would work for very little money.
And that.
And that's of course. So I mean, this is a question for all three of you really. What is it about the character that really draws you to him? What are the qualities? What is it about Marvelman, Miracleman? What is it?
Well, I've always seen Marvelman as two separate characters. If you've got the 50s Miller one, it's just a really big, barrel-chested, cheesy, blue, iconic, doofus superhero. And the Warrior Marvelman went in complete reverse stage and made him, if you take the concept of a superhero actually is real rather than a comic, that's where we went. You do have two absolutely distinctly different characters. But I mean, you can't avoid, for me, I was probably like 7 or 8 reading it as a black and white, cheap English comic. So I mean, I had kind of grown up with the character as well when I stepped in on it. So he wasn't unknown to me. So there was a little nostalgic buzz, not a big one, but just gonna have to make it an interesting idea.
So, Miracleman is now back, which is good to see. So just explain amongst the three of you what the process is now, that as I understand it, is a matter of representing the Miracleman material in a new, remastered, rebooted form. What's the kind of the 2-year plan?
Well, Marvel are keeping it pretty much under wraps. They don't actually tell us much of what's going on, because I'm not sure they know themselves. But essentially, they're not doing the Warrior Marvelman, they are doing it as a reprinting of the Eclipse Miracleman comic. So all I know at the moment is they are going to redo all of the entire Eclipse run, and then there's a couple of new issues at the end to wrap it all up. But that's Mark's end of it.
It's actually a bit more than a couple. Originally, when Neil Gaiman and myself took over the series, it was with issue 17 of the Eclipse comic, and the grand plan was that we were going to do 18 issues, so that was going to be 3 story arcs of 6 issues each. And the problem was that when Eclipse became bankrupt, we'd only got 2 issues of the second arc out. We were only 2 issues into the Silver Age. So we have 1 issue that's still sitting in a drawer. We have the issue that came after it where Neil had written 8 pages and I had started to sort of lay that out and then work kind of ground to a halt. So the grand plan for next summer, I guess it will be, when Neil and I start working again, is that we will see the Golden Age reprinted as it was. I'm going to hopefully do a bit of art remastering on the couple of issues that were published in the Silver Age and the one that's sitting in the drawer, so that I can try and give it a consistency with new material that will follow. And then Neil and I will just jump straight back in, complete the Silver Age, and then produce the 6-part Dark Age story, which will wrap up the entirety of the tale that we wanted to tell.